Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Clickbait. It is unlike any episode before because it is two ladies, myself and Tia, no Joe today, and we're talking about a season finale, a Bachelorette season finale. And honey, you know, in these moments I really love, and I'm going to miss Joe's male opinion, but we will be unhinged. We will tell it like it is. We will say how we really feel. Right, Tia?
Yeah, I was reading through some of this stuff, and I was like, I wonder what Joe would say about this. You know what? He's not here.
Yep, he's going to have to tell us another time. Yeah, exactly. So we have Genevieve coming on today, and she is going to, I know she's very close with Rachel, and so she's going to share her thoughts on the finale, and also hopefully she can give us some tea about Paradise and what we're going to see, because Paradise is now, we just finished Bachelorette, and now Paradise is airing next week.
Oh, I can't.
Pumped. I'm not ready.
I'm so pumped. Oh, okay. I love recapping Paradise.
Ooh.
It is so messy and fun. I feel like this season of The Bachelorette was very long.
Yes.
I don't know why. It seemed longer than normal.
It did. I think because it was
a lot of back and forth too. Like, of course, Rachel had her moments and then Gabby had her moments. So it took a little longer.
You know what else? I think why it felt long too is because there's this natural, I think, formula and or progression to each season. It's like you get the drama because it's all ladies and then or men, ladies, men, whatever. And then you get the, you know, heart-wrenching love, you know, the breakups. And then we get to the love. But it was like so much back and forth because there was two bachelorettes. I think it was like, oh wait, we in love? Oh wait, no, we not in love. Oh, we love him, but we sending him home. Wait, what's happening? What? So yeah. That's why I think it's so long. So, Tia, Bachelor Nation breakdown. Let it do.
Oh, yeah. Bachelor Nation breakdown. It's a lot about the finale this week, and rightfully so. A lot of shit happened that I did not expect. When Jesse said, or when any host has ever said, this is the most dramatic finale ever, you're like, yeah, okay, whatever. Well, this one did not go how I expected. So, first breakdown of the day. Rachel and Tino break up. And Avon makes a surprise appearance live on stage at After the Final Rose. So, first part of this, Rachel and Tino break up. Tino cheated on Rachel, if you missed that part. He kissed someone. He kissed someone, yes, that he knew before. It wasn't a random person. It was someone he was telling Rachel that he knew this girl before, which doesn't make it any better.
But he kind of made it seem like it was a random person he knew before. Do you know what I mean?
True. Yeah. I'm like, right? Did you date this person before? You just he ran into this person randomly after filming. I don't know. But the whole thing was weird. The whole thing at the Happy Couple house was very strange to me. Me and Taylor were on different sides about it too.
What did Taylor think?
He said he wasn't going to watch it. And I was like, well, sweetie, I've got to watch it. And so, of course, he starts getting heated about the whole thing. I can't stand a cheater. Cannot stand a cheater. So I just have like no sympathy for Tino. And Taylor's like, well, it seems like there was more going on. Like, why is Rachel saying, you know, that she's going to take her ring off and they're not going to be together and all this? And Taylor's like, there's more to the story. I just know there is. And she felt bad for Tino. I'm like, there's no excusing the cheating.
Because men stick together. That's why.
Of course they do. Of course they do. I do think there was more going on. There was more to the story, which is why he had his journal full of like text receipts, but I don't think we'll ever know about that. There's no excuse for cheating, essentially. Is that whole part of it. Yes. So we saw that happen live last night on the finale. And then Rachel and Tino talk on stage, and it's more of like, what's it called? Like victim blaming. It's almost like Tino was like, not victim blaming. Because he wasn't the victim. He was acting like, well,
but he
Rachel,
made it seem like he was. He made it seem like,
yeah. Well, he made it seem like he was the victim in the whole thing, and they had a lot going on, and it happened because of what was going on with them, and he was trying to like excuse it, and it was a very weird back and forth. But
there were some key words.
Okay.
Wait, were you? But then what? Were you going to go to Avon?
Yeah, but no. Like. It was like we were on a break from Ross on Friends. Like, we were on a break. We were having a rough patch. So this is why this happened. I don't know. What do you think?
I think that's why she kept saying, but at no point were we ever like broken up.
Broken up. Yeah.
Yeah. So a few things. There were key words that in past relationships and past things that I've like dated guys and I've heard things and I'm like, ugh. Like he said this little thing. He called him kissing this girl this little thing,
minimizing it.
And I about damn near. I almost took the TV off the damn wall. Like I said, this little thing.
Okay, it doesn't mean much. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, Rachel was about to freak.
Yeah, because it's just like it's by saying that it was a little thing to him, and then he said, "Well, but I'm not trying to say." Basically what happened to you and your with your emotional, the emotional turmoil that it put you through. Yeah. So it's not a little thing, clearly. One, that's one thing. Two, another thing that he said that was very interesting was how she needs to go to therapy. It was lots of like, she needs to go to therapy. Clearly she was having a hard time after The Bachelor is what it seemed like, right? And I mean, I'm just reading between the lines. It seemed like she was having a bad time. She said something about not being able to get out of bed, whatever, blah, blah, blah. This whole season, it's been Tino has been about Tino. I can't believe she's doing this to me. I can't believe she's making me feel this way. I can't,
so this is consistent.
Exactly. So she's having a hard time after the show, which a lot of people do, for whatever reason. Don't know the reasoning. They didn't get into it. But again, you're not taking care of me.
Right. So I forgot about the therapy thing.
Yeah.
That made me feel weird too.
Yeah. And when he pulled out that damn notebook, I said, oh, Lord, last time we saw a notebook.
Oh, I know. And he just started reading. I'm like, is he reading his journal? What the hell is he reading?
Yeah, so basically, he didn't handle this well. And
no.
I will say that, sometimes when we break up with someone, they always ask the questions, like at least my therapist always asks me, what was the first sign that he was crazy as hell? What was the first sign that he was selfish? I know it wasn't just this moment, right? So I definitely think that he did not handle this right. But I also think that what we saw on TV, Rachel just being like, what, am I crazy? Like, what's happening? Also, when he was outside with like his shirt open, like I was like, what is going on? It also
he kept going outside.
Yeah, then his mysterious phone call.
And then needing to leave.
Yeah, and then him saying like, she's trying to make me look like blah, 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 blah. I also saw a tweet, which I wanted to know your opinions about. They were like, so Rachel's been to fantasy suites with, 2 other guys, whatever. She's kissed multiple guys this whole time, and she's mad that he's cheating, that he kissed someone. And I go, but she wasn't engaged.
Right. And that's the premise of the
time.
Show.
But like she wasn't engaged to the point where look, like the whole Logan situation that happened between Gabby and Rachel, like even at the beginning of this thing, guys kissing Rachel, guys kissing, no one was like, how you gonna kiss her and kiss me?
Yeah.
No, like
I hate that argument. That's so freaking
we're
dumb.
Engaged now. We've crossed that threshold,
That is a commitment for marriage.
Correct. And so it's just for anyone like who's defending Tino, let's say she took him back. She said, okay, whatever, it's not a big deal. Is that not a red flag that they can't even be together for 5 minutes and he can't even not kiss someone else?
Right. Yeah, it was very soon.
Like
after. Even if they weren't engaged and they were dating, like that's still cheating.
Yeah.
Even if she said, screw this, I'm taking my ring off, we're having a hard time, like can't deal with this. If they're still together, just keep it in your pants. Don't freaking be a cheater.
Also, I will say he also, whatever he's going through, whatever he, whatever's happening with him, he did not look good. He did not look good last night. He did not look good when he showed up to her house. Like, whatever emotional turmoil he's going through, he is also going through it, Right. And I know that when people say sometimes, like, when people cheat, it also takes a toll on the cheater as well. Mm-hmm. Not saying I feel sorry for him, but I am saying that whatever's going on, it's affecting him as well. You can see it in his face, in all of it. You just you can see it.
He looked disheveled. He looked at the house like he had aged he's having 10 years.
Yeah, he looked very. So I don't know what exactly. And I think sometimes people go on this show with expectations. So I don't know exactly what his expectations were for him and Rachel, he definitely from week 5 expected that him and Rachel was going to be together. Right. How could she even talk to another guy at this point, Right. I mean, really. So I think that, again, I just would be interested to know, like, this all has happened. I know the finale just happened last night. In like a month or two, what have you learned, bro?
Oh, for sure.
Also, him doing this with the microphone triggered.
Oh,
I was
he was trying to cover it. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, why? Just like, you're on TV. This is your life.
Yeah, there's cameras.
You decided to come up here. You decided to come on this show. Why are you doing that?
Right. And in my experience as a viewer, I don't know if it has to do with the fact that I'm a woman or just a viewer that's seen the show many, many times. Mm-hmm. In those moments, just be upfront, accept that you did something wrong, and apologize, and just be straightforward about it. If you're trying to beat around the bush and pull out all these receipts and trying to prove like all of this stuff with no context, you look foolish. Just straight up be like, I know what I did was wrong. I'm sorry. And I will have so much more respect for people that just straight up say, I messed up. I'm sorry. And don't try to just like dance around and blame the other person.
I feel like when he came on stage, it was like that was his plan. I'm gonna apologize. It
didn't go that way.
And then it was like, okay, this is good. And then it was like, but then you, and it was
but
like,
I gotta defend myself. I gotta defend myself. Yeah.
So, I will say, Rachel also had a tough time being the Bachelorette. You can tell that.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. She had a really tough time being the Bachelorette, but the person that she chose, they say the path of least resistance. That would have been our guy, Avon. Didn't he make us proud? All the way through? Didn't he?
He did.
And, my hot take on Avon, I'm just really sad he's not the Bachelor. I mean, yeah, go take her out on a date, a girl who didn't pick you, fine. But, like, he should have been my Bachelor. I'm sorry.
I don't disagree.
He was amazing.
Can we talk about the Avon coming out really quick? So if you missed the finale, Avon came out after Rachel and Tino talked like a knight in shining armor, screaming to save the day.
Did you see my story that I posted and tagged you in it?
Yeah. I did see that. And Taylor was like, who is screaming at you? And I'm like, that's Natasha, okay? A lot of guys this season we've had faith in and they let us down, but Avon did not let us down. I had some mixed emotions about that whole thing though. Like, I wish that Tino could have been off stage for that. So it could have been like a moment with Avon and Rachel, because I feel like Tino, it made me uncomfortable watching Tino when Avon came out. I mean, not that he didn't do wrong, but I was like, ooh, that's making me uncomfortable. That like Rachel can't fully be excited that Avon's coming out because Tino's sitting there humiliated.
That was, look, show everybody your friend back there. You should call him Avon. He like, hey, I'm coming through.
But then also it made me feel bad because Avon was like, he got dumped. And then he's like, oh, hey, I'm still here. I don't know. I mean, hopefully they had a good time. I wish Rachel would have posted like a disheveled selfie this morning from the bed or something.
That would have been Nate for Gabby, like if things don't work out, I'm here type of thing.
That's true. That's true.
So I can hear what you're saying. If you put yourself in Tino's shoes, yeah, that feels bad. But also, like, the savage in me, and I'm just going to say it, unpopular opinion, whatever. The savage in me is like, what? Yeah, bro.
Someone else is there. Yeah.
You're over, and now she's going somewhere. You know, like, period. I don't know. That's the savage in me. Oh, well.
Yeah, I was actually genuinely shocked. I'm normally not surprised by stuff. I feel like Jesse was surprised too.
Yeah,
I don't think Avon demanded to come out. I don't think that man would demand to do anything. But
no, but I think that Avon also probably still has a lot of feelings for her, and that's why he did it. And also, it's very easy to see that she was having a hard time. And like, okay, let's just be done with this. Let's be done with this.
Did you see her grin too? She was trying to like not to just open mouth grin, and she finally did. I was like, "You be happy, girl."
Honey, she was like, yeah, he had a little mustache. I also want to give a shout out to Big Tony's goatee. I'm here for it. I'm here for it, Big Tony.
And the fact that he just never wavers. He doesn't clap. He doesn't smile. He's just solid. I love him. Okay, we've talked about this for a long time. We're very passionate about this topic, but shall we move on to the next?
Yes. I mean,
breakdown.
Listen, I'll say all people involved, I hope that they are getting better in the reflecting and looking back, and their next relationships are going to be spectacular. That's my hope for everyone involved.
Okay, on to our other Bachelorette. Gabby, her and Eric are together, and we're excited to see it. I'm going to be honest. I saw those texts come out over the last week from this girl that Eric apparently dated before the show, and I was really thinking that we were going to watch the finale and Rachel and Gabby were going to be single. Like,
so you were surprised?
I was surprised to see them together. When Eric walked out on the stage, I didn't know if they were going to be awkward and like not want to talk to each other, but they went in for a kiss, and I was like, okay, they're together, they're making it work. I respect it.
They were cozy.
Oh, so cozy.
They were cozy.
The way Eric handled that too, when it was addressed, is he was like, yeah, big mess up on my part. I led this girl on, not my finest moment. I feel so bad about it. And left it at that. And I can respect it. I mean, it made me feel weird to see the text.
Those texts were...
Jesse popped them up on the screen, and I literally wanted to cover my eyes.
But why do men do that? Why lead them on? Why do they do that?
Why? Because Taylor had an opinion on this too. Because
what's up,
in
Taylor?
our situation, Taylor and I knew each other before I went on Paradise. But I didn't give him a chance. Then I went on Paradise. He thinks that like in these situations like this, when it comes out that someone had someone they were dating before going on the show, he thinks that people always think there's something bigger and better and they want to go try it out. And he was like, well, yeah, in Eric's case, it worked. He did find something better that he was more into. But if not, he could have gone back home and gotten that girl back. I'm like, I don't know if that's the reason why people do it, but I mean, Eric obviously thought that going on the show could be something, a shiny new object.
So like that's like the part that's like, I don't know. Those two, after those messages, I'm like, you know, I guess it's a testament to how much they really care about each other, because then it's like also the intent and like, oh, well, why you're going on the show and all this. I mean, we've just seen it so many times, you know, and that's where the integrity for some of the contestants come in, and those guys who go on, or the girls who go on for whatever X, Y, and Z, and they find themselves at the end or with the person.
Oh, yeah. They don't think they'll make it that far.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, I wish them the best. They actually do genuinely seem really happy together. I mean, obviously they've discussed this in private and
and for Gabby's
figured
sake,
it out.
For Gabby's sake, like just looking at Gabby last night, she looked very happy. She did. She looked very happy. She looked very safe. She looked very seen, whatever you want
Right.
to call it. They seemed very in sync. So, I do think 100% Eric should have addressed the blackface. 100%.
Oh, yes. I'm surprised that wasn't discussed.
Yeah. I mean, and even if they didn't bring it up, it could have been and by the way, I addressed this on my social media and I want to address this on this big stage. How, sorry I am or whatever.
Insensitive, yeah.
Exactly. And how much I apologize to anyone who was affected who was rooting for me and who was affected by my actions and, just kind of reiterating. I do think that was a missed opportunity for him. And I think that that's another thing. It's even though it's a show, there's producers, whatever, you also as your own human, for anyone going on a TV show, you also have to do what feels right for you.
Yeah, get
and
that
no
off
one's
your
going to be
chest.
no, don't say this, don't say that. It's it's live TV. Say what you got to say, bro.
Right.
So
right.
that
very true.
For me, I was waiting for that moment.
Oh yeah, very true. I saw something this morning. I think Gabby talked about it. I don't know if Gabby talked about it or brought it up, in a People magazine interview. Maybe Eric. I don't know, but anyway, it was not addressed on the finale, and I agree.
Yeah,
it very easily could have been. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. It made me sad.
What a freaking mess.
But listen, if they're happy, great. Actually, after seeing what happened with Rachel and Tino, I said, "Oh Lord, I thank God Gabby's happy."
Oh, I know. At least one. I know that was gonna be a heartbreaker if both of them were just fuck this whole process, fuck these dudes.
Yeah. It was a nice gesture with the whole Avon thing, but I don't see them actually dating, right?
No.
Now, after the show, yeah. I don't think so.
No, it was fun. Yeah, take her
but
on a date.
He could be a nice little shoulder to cry on.
Oh yeah, he's so cute. I know he could have been a good bachelor. Speaking of,
what
we do
girls
have a new bachelor.
Girls would have been going crazy over Avon.
I know.
I don't know how
wonder,
crazy they're going to go over Zach. I don't know.
Well, maybe Avon was still hung up on Rachel and he didn't think he could do it. I don't know, but we have a new bachelor. Our third and final breakdown of the day. Zach. Our guy Zach is the new bachelor.
How do you feel about our guy Zach? Are you referring to you and Joe? Are you referring to you and Taylor? Because my guy was Avon. That was my guy.
No,
that was
our
my
guy our guy from this season.
Yes,
he looks like a Lawrence brother to me. Him and Taylor also have the same haircut, but I don't know how he's going to be as the bachelor. And I hate to be that skeptical person that's going to just not have faith in people, but I don't know. He was obviously very nervous last night, which is fine and normal. But I'm is this dude going to be safe the whole time? I need him to say a curse word or something.
Here's my thing. So he's 26, right?
Yeah, he's 26? So much younger than Rachel, who is 3 months older.
Yes. So he's 26. I'm just afraid. What I'm really afraid of for his journey is for all the young women they are going to cast.
Yeah.
All the drama.
I feel like we were doing good on ages for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And it just... 26. Okay.
I will say this. I don't know if anyone who cast the show, cast these bachelors are listening, but there's a reason why Tayshia and Claire's season was so much better. It's and it's one of the things is because the guys were older.
I will give him though. He doesn't seem 26.
Not him.
Like he's
not
got
him.
His shit together.
Not him.
Oh,
I'm not saying for him. I'm talking about the women.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Did it show their ages last night? Did it tell their ages or just their names?
I'm not sure. Listen, I could totally see him dating a girl that's, he's 26, 27, 28, just 30. That's a little older than him. He does seem very reserved and mature in that way. But I'm afraid of all the
the petty. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I mean,
I can see that. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, and I'm just like, ooh. And I can also see, because we see this a lot with The Bachelor, because there's so much, if they cast so many young women, there's so much drama, him getting caught up in the drama, not knowing what to do, right? I mean, you're 26 years old. How many relationships have you really had? How many dramas have you really had to diffuse? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, and not knowing how to handle it. I feel like the last several seasons, I don't know about Clayton. I take that back. A lot of the past several Bachelorette seasons, the women have handled the conflict so well and have just straight up, like, Tayshia, Claire, Michelle. Oh my God, Michelle. Rachel and Gabby, they all addressed it and they were like, you're out of here. This is a
great example. Claire, for instance, when she had this whole thing with the guy who basically said, like, I can't believe you're making guys wear this. What was that guy's name again? I forgot.
The one that has the kid.
And like he was like, didn't want, how dare you, whatever. The way she handled that situation, it's maturity.
Right.
The reason why you know what I mean? That is, that's just my opinion. I just, I just look at myself now. If someone were to talk to me like that, I would be like, what? And I would have a similar reaction as her, right? It was firm in her way. But if I was 20-something, I'd probably be like,
you don't know how to handle it.
Oh, God.
And it seems to be the guys don't know how to handle it as well. Because Clayton was always kind of back and forth with like, oh, I'll believe this person. I'll believe this person. Yeah, that's another good point. I'm interested to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, we really saw it with Michelle. Michelle was like, yeah, nah, I'm not dealing with this.
No nonsense.
She was like, bye.
She's like, oh, you're going to crash my date? I'll walk you out. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But, I mean, listen, but also Rachel, even with all that and eliminating the drama and blah, 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 she picked Nate. Nate was unproblematic, but they're still not together.
True.
So who knows? Who knows?
True. So maybe it could work out and they'll be married for 80 years, Zach and his lady. You just never know.
Yeah. I'm not kidding, though. I really wanted to see Avon walk out and be like, I'm the Bachelor. Pew, pew, pew. So that's how I feel. Those are my sentiments about The Bachelor.
Okay, this was great chat.
Yeah. Now we're going to talk to our lovely lady, Genevieve. We're going to bring Genevieve on. I am so excited. She was on Clayton's season. It was hard for her to open up. I really do remember her story. I believe she's from the East Coast as well, and she lives in LA now. And she's going to be on Paradise starting next week. So let's bring her on and get some tea about Paradise and also see what she thought about last night. Hope she watched. Genevieve, welcome to Clickbait. Hello.
Thank
How
you.
are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
So good. We're gonna talk about Bachelor in Paradise, but last night was the finale of The Bachelorette.
Did you watch?
I did. I watched the whole thing.
Oh, it was wild.
And what did you think? Tell us your thoughts. Give us your hot takes.
It was painful to watch the conversation between Rachel and Tino. I just felt like I've never even called anyone a gaslighter. I just feel like that was gaslighting. Like, he just kept trying to throw it back in on Rachel, and Rachel did nothing. He was the one that cheated. So that was, I was kind of shocked that he handled it that way. And that even when it was live, he didn't really sound much better. He didn't really actually own up to it. He just kept saying, but, trying to defend himself. So that was tough, but I loved that Avon came back. I was like, oh my gosh, that was the best part for me. And I'm happy for Gabby.
Are you close with Rachel and Gabby, both of them?
I am. I'm closer. I talked to Rachel a bit more, but I am close with both of them. Okay.
And did you have any, did you know before the finale, what all went down and everything like that?
I did.
Oh,
yeah. So I knew what happened with Tino, and so I just was like, I think I couldn't even watch at some points, but I'm happy that Rachel was able to give her side of the story, because I feel like on the show we weren't able to see her side. We were just kind of seeing his. So
yeah. Have you talked to her since last night?
I have. Yes, I actually have. She's doing okay.
Okay, good.
But she's doing okay. I mean, this is tough. I'm sure everyone here knows that. So, yeah, she's getting through it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it kind of takes a minute to come down off of the excitement.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree. And then, so Gabby and Eric, did you already know they were together, or were you expecting to see them together after like all these text messages and all the things came out?
I was expecting to see them together, yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. Because that whole situation, I mean, but it is true, right? Like, can we all, like, so it is true that he was talking to someone right before he went to the show.
And Gabby did say that that Eric actually told Gabby about it months prior to it coming out. So she already did know about that, actually.
See,
so, I mean, I guess that's good. I mean,
that
he was
helps
honest
soften
right
the
from the beginning.
blow of it being public. I mean, if she would have found out with the public, that would have been terrible.
Completely agree. Yeah. So if he was open and he told her the backstory and told her everything. So I think that's what he should have done. And I'm glad that they're working through it.
Well, that's going to help me sleep tonight.
Yes. Right? No, that's some.
When I saw that, I was like, no, I was so upset.
I know, so disappointed.
But her knowing and him being honest from the beginning, because also, you know, when I was on Bachelor, I can't remember what exactly happened, but I just remember someone being like, you have a cast full of beautiful women and or men, if it's a Bachelorette, of course these people are talking to someone. You know what I mean? Like, of
it's
course.
Someone is going to be.
But what's interesting is it's like 9 out of 10, it's always a girl being butthurt that like a guy went far or whatever. It's never like a guy being like, man, I was dating her. I loved her.
So true.
Wait a minute. You know, like it's never that.
Oh,
it's
Taylor
never
wanted to.
With me. It's the girls that just want to come forward and the guys won't? Or do you think the guys just do it more often?
Maybe it hurts a guy's ego to be like, yeah, she was into me, but she left me though.
That's a good point.
I don't know.
Well, but also I think a lot of situations is you know, us ladies, you know, we're dealing with a lot of, we're dating someone or talking to someone or whatever, but they have no intention to actually date us. And we kind of feel that. And we know that, like, my ex-boyfriend, before I went on Bachelor, I mean, it's like, so we getting married? Are we getting engaged? Are we not? We've been dating for so long. This isn't going anywhere. There's this opportunity. Of course you're going to, you know what I mean? Like this, yeah, you still call me all the time, but what? I haven't seen you in 3 months. What? You know what I mean? Like what's happening? Yeah. So I think that's another thing why the guys don't come forward, because the girls are like, well, I drank the Kool-Aid and he said he led her on, right? So she's thinking, oh, he gonna go on this show, whatever, for 5 minutes and he gonna come right back to me. Ooh. Guys feel like, oh, she going on this show. I'm not gonna see her ass no more. I got 3 other girlfriends, whatever. I don't care.
That's true. It's true. You're good. This is all true.
Right? Yeah. I'm like, why? I'm just dying for a guy to be like, no, don't be with them. Be with me.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever see that happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen. Maybe. Hey, we never say never, I guess. So Gabby and Eric, what did you think of them when you saw them?
They seemed happy. I know that they're having their struggles they talked about, but I think the most important thing is owning up to mistakes like Eric did and then working through them together. So I mean, they seemed happy, and I'm happy that they're finally able to kind of go out in the real world and experience life together as a couple.
Key words that Genevieve said, working through it together, because Tino was honest, but they didn't work through it together. He was like,
they were on completely different teams.
Yeah.
No, he couldn't. It's like he just kept wanting to blame Rachel and he couldn't ever just say, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. It was always, I'm sorry, but something.
Yeah, just be straightforward. I messed up. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
he'll
maybe,
watch it back.
Who knows if they could have worked through it if he were to like genuinely apologize and feel bad. It doesn't seem like he felt bad. He was worried about his image.
Well, because he got caught.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Whoa, his image. Yeah, he was like, she's just trying to make me look bad. When he said that, I said, oh, you look bad. She's not trying. Yeah, you just look bad.
She ain't got to do anything.
She doesn't have to do anything. Right?
So, yeah. She could have taken him back with big arms, and he still would have looked bad for cheating. Like,
of course. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So tell us now. You live in Los Angeles,
in West Hollywood,
but you're from the East Coast, right?
Yes.
some time has went by, and we all know from the promos you are now on Bachelor in Paradise.
Yes.
How was that experience for you? I know we can't get too crazy, but just in comparison to Bachelor.
I would say the biggest thing is like when you have very strong feelings, it makes it so much harder. And I would say the first time around, my feelings weren't really there or weren't very strong. Mm-hmm. And then this time around on Bachelor in Paradise, I had feelings. And so I'm very emotional. And on Clayton's season, I saw myself cry like once, I think. I didn't feel it. My heart wasn't in it. And then my heart was in it this time. So it's very emotional. It's draining. You're exhausted. You're hot. So yeah, it was very hard. I can't sit here and say like it was all fun. It was tough.
Yeah. So you on Bachelor, like I do remember your story a lot, and it was more like you trying to get there. And because of the formula, and everyone talks about the formula of The Bachelor, it's all these women and one guy, whereas on the beach, of course, there's multiple women, multiple guys. So you have a bigger pool of people to kind of pull from. Do you think it was like the formula of Bachelor that you couldn't get there because of all the, so much competition, whatever, so many women? Or was it like Clayton specifically, and now, do you know what I mean? Like
that you couldn't get there.
Yeah.
I think that it was part of both. I think me and Clayton, I just did not have it. There was not a connection there. I don't think he felt it. I didn't feel it. But on the other hand, having 29 other women fighting for the same guy and knowing that you are most likely going to get your heart broken, and me, I'm terrified of that. So that held me back a lot. Then this time around, I feel like I had a better chance to really fall in love and find my person. So I kind of let my guard down. I really let my guard down and let myself be more vulnerable. And it was much easier knowing that there was a bunch of guys, a bunch of girls, like kind of all focusing on their own relationships. And I didn't have to just worry about like the one guy I like going on dates with other people. Even though,
you have like your friends there and your support system. And It's not as much pressure. You get to be like with the person you're into all day long. If you want.
I know, it's kind of nice. Mm-hmm. It's so different that you can just spend all day with someone instead of waiting for a date card or something like that. It's very nice in that sense.
Yeah, I would 100% agree. I also just have to shout out our color coordination.
Oh, I love it.
I'm always in black, so that's the only pink that I have ever.
I mean, but
you guys match, and then we match. So
exactly. So it's like we're all pulling it together, So yeah. I'm just, meant to be. Sometimes we're just meant to be, guys. Okay, so back to Bachelor in Paradise. If you could give us some keywords of what we're gonna see next week and or for the season, what would you say?
Unexpected is definitely one. Like unexpected is the biggest one. You woke up and never knew what to expect.
Okay, so unexpected, like Avon came out, woohoo, we happy? Or like unexpected, like Tino cheated only a few weeks after they got engaged?
Oh, no, like Tino cheated a few weeks after and we're pissed.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no. It's Jesse. Yep, it's always Jesse, coming in and giving some news.
So it's not like a tropical storm that me and Natasha had to deal with last year. It's like actual shitstorm. I can't wait.
Yeah, and you saw in the previews Jesse saying that the ladies will be leaving Paradise. Jesse said that in the trailer.
That's right.
So that was one of the worst moments. That was the worst moment for me.
They had to switch it up,
They did, of course. The first season they did it, and I had to be on that one.
Did you know immediately that you wanted to do Paradise, or were you kind of hesitant to go?
After the first season, I was very hesitant. I didn't think I could put myself through it again.
After Bachelor, you mean?
Yes, after Bachelor, I just didn't think I could do it again. But just the hope that it works and I could potentially find a husband, that is what got me there.
Was there someone or someones that you were like, oh, I like this guy, I'm into this guy, before you got to the beach?
So before I got to the beach, I was like, and it also was shown on the trailer a little bit, I was like very into Justin Glaze. I had never met him, only heard good things about him. Well, I heard a lot of things, mostly good. And Oh no, just like his temper, just all the things that people say. I don't know. So
that's so interesting. I know Justin very well, probably the most out of all those guys on Katie's season. I probably know him the most. But I don't date him, so I always say about my guy friends. I always go, listen. I know him as a friend. I don't know a temper. Yeah, I don't know what that means. You know what I mean? I don't know that.
Yeah, no. So I definitely had him in mind. That was like the only person I really had in mind.
But we saw you kissing Aaron, right?
We did see that, and that's another just like such an unexpected. I mean, you'll see.
Oh, honey, same. I did it last year.
Yeah.
Well, I remember we had Aaron on the podcast, and because Shanae said that you guys were hooking up, like fully hooking up, and I know Aaron very well as well, and I know he's just not that type of guy to meet a girl who was just on the show and just hook up with them. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we called him and was like, what's going on? And he was like, no, we didn't hook up, blah, 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 da, da, da. So at the time that you got
like, yeah.
Yeah. At the time of the Women Tell All, you remember when she said that you guys.
I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But also just like the implications that you also are the type of girl that's just going to meet some guy and be like, I'm ready to, I hate when people do that because, like, that's not your business. Let me say that if I want to say that about me.
Right.
Right? Like, I don't really like that. But he said no. So at that time, you guys only had met. You had not hooked up or kissed or anything.
Correct. We had never even kissed. Our first kiss was so weird. I can't say a lot because, but we had never hooked up, never kissed.
Did you dread seeing Shanae, or had you guys kind of hashed things out before Paradise?
So we hadn't talked at all. And I had just been saying, all I want is a genuine apology from Shanae. I didn't want drama. I don't want to be in Shrimpgate. I don't want a Shrimpgate 2.0, all this stuff. Like,
the shrimp down there is good too. So I can see it.
It's so good. It's so good. But I was like, I just don't want that. So we didn't talk at all. And I was just hoping, if she were to be there, which I had a feeling she would be, she would just like focus on herself, focus on her relationships, and not really step on anyone's toes and apologize. And that was my hope for Shanae.
So okay, so now I'm on the edge because I have my thoughts about Shanae. So is that what happens? Does she just worry about herself?
I guess you're gonna have to watch and find out.
That means no.
I'm gonna be honest.
She doesn't. What do you expect?
But I want to be surprised because
in a good way.
Queen Victoria came down to the beach, I said, oh hell, here we go. That was my mindset from watching her on TV. Never met her before, had no idea. She was lovely. So I want to be surprised. I really do. But for some reason, I don't know that I will be.
I had beef with someone on my season, and on Paradise, we got along so well.
Oh, well, good. We
kind of got over it. So
we wanted this last season too. I really wanted to have Shanae on Clickbait because I'm gonna be like, girl, what's up? What's going on? I can only see what everybody else sees. I can only ask the questions everybody else want to ask. But I'm excited to see that. Is there anyone else that you talked to for the first time that we know is on the show when you got to the beach? Like from your season?
A few people, but I stay pretty close with a lot of the girls. Like I've seen a lot of them. So maybe so you were happy. I saw most of them, like, and kept in contact with them. Yeah.
Yeah. So you were happy to be like, yay, my girls are here.
I was I was so happy to get down there. So much. The first one, the first girl I saw, I was happy to see, and it just really does help to see familiar faces.
Okay, great.
Oh, yeah,
all right.
Sure.
So what is okay, so unexpected, you said that word. You said we can expect the unexpected.
And then Shanae, she said
we're gonna be surprised about Shanae.
Yeah.
Shanae, it's definitely not what you expect.
Okay, not what you expect. And then what what else? I'm loving this. What else can we tease?
Like emotional.
I did see the trailer with all the tears. Lots of tears.
I've never cried so much in 2 weeks in my entire life.
It happens.
I saw Andrew crying. I saw Andrew crying. I said, "Oh, man, Andrew cried."
I know.
I know what that was. I know. Oh, I wish I could just tell you guys, but don't worry.
No. I actually don't want to know. I
know. I love being surprised.
Yeah, I like to be right there, because also it's like when you get the inside information sometimes from like even friends, you're kind of like looking, it's like I want to see what the viewers see and make my decision off that, right?
I like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. And then I can get the tea when you guys come on here and be like, well, so what actually happened?
Right, after you watch it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So was it what you expected it was going to be?
Paradise was nothing like I expected it to be.
So Tuesday, the show was airing. Were there any, right off the bat, we're going to see what the fuck moments? Don't tell us who or what. Just tell us what, I guess. Don't tell us who. Tell us if anything surprised you right off the bat.
Okay, so one thing, we see someone come down and last maybe an hour.
What?
And so they come down to the beach and they are gone within an hour.
It was me. So I thought I wanted to go back. I wanted to go back. Look, I thought I wanted to go back, and then I said, nope. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. No. So an hour. Wow.
I would say an hour.
Yeah, a guy or a girl?
A girl.
Oh.
That's Shanae. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's
damn.
Shanae. No, I'm just kidding.
You think?
Has that ever happened to you?
I don't think so.
No, right?
Not actually to make it, like, it's a longer process to drive to the freaking beach than it is to stay there for an hour.
Yeah.
Dang.
No, you'll be surprised.
Mm-hmm. So,
okay.
So I guess we should offer you some of our advice.
Unsolicited advice.
Yes. Because the show's about to air. It is a completely different beast than Bachelor, of course. I would recommend maybe that first episode you watch with your friends, you know, because it's like all like light and funny, whatever. But then like give yourself time to watch it by yourself. Don't have to always think that you have to watch it with your friends and or family, especially if it's going to be a rough episode for you, you know. Not saying that there will be any rough episodes for you, but I'm just saying like some are heavy, right? Some are heavier than others. And what else? What would you say, Tia?
I would just say, if there is any criticism or if you get caught up in DMs, which I'm guilty of it too, I'm not going to tell you not to read your messages and not to read articles because I know it's human nature. But just remember that things are so fleeting and things happen so fast. So people can be up in arms about something that you said or did or something that happened on the beach, and literally in the same episode something else is going to happen, or even like the next week, and people will move on to that. So like it's going to feel like sometimes it's just the end of the world and I can't believe this happened and my life is over. I hope that doesn't happen, but sometimes it can feel that way.
That's what I'm anticipating, honestly. So this is great advice.
Just know that it is short-lived. It's not forever. You will still have your life after this, and it'll be kind of heavy in the moment, and then people will forget about it because some dumbass dude will say something.
But also,
and everyone will move on.
Also, don't be afraid, and I say this to all of my friends that went to Paradise, like, don't be afraid to take the Beyonce approach. You don't have to say anything about anything.
You don't owe any explanation to anybody.
You don't have to. Anything that happens on that beach, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Now, if you're offending a whole people, like, you know, and things like that, and blah, 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 something like that comes out, that's a completely different thing. But like, hey, this person's in your DM saying, blah, 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 blah.
I can't believe you kissed him, and then you kissed him, and how could you? And then,
Yeah, exactly. I still get people who message me all the time and say I'm ugly because Piper's so much prettier than me. That's why Brittany chose her.
Are you for real?
I still get messages about that, and I just be like, girl, bye. You know, like, well, who cares?
We're still
you know
talking about that. Get a job.
Exactly. Well,
see, when I hear other people say it, I'm like, are you serious? Like, that's ridiculous. But then when I get those messages, I take them to heart. But like, to me, that's crazy that someone's saying that to you.
Yeah, you can't. That's the thing. And it's like, and I will say, I mean, Joe's not here right now, but Joe, one of the best advice Joe ever told me too was, you can't feed into the positive. You can't feed into the negative. The moment someone makes you feel high for saying, oh my gosh, you're so great, the next moment someone will say you're so awful, and then you'll feel that too. your family's your family, your friends are your friends. Those opinions are the ones that really matter. As long as you can go to sleep at night and look at your Jesus Christ and say, thank you, Lord, period.
Yeah. Don't take criticism from someone you wouldn't take advice from.
Ooh.
This is all amazing advice.
Say it
I love that it's being
again.
recorded and I can watch it.
Just listen to it on a loop at night.
I will. As I go to bed.
And I say this all the time too about people who go on reality TV and just people in general, just like from my like yoga and meditation and mindfulness background. No one's all good and no one's all bad.
Right.
It's just even like we saw what happened with Tino. Like honestly, whatever he's going through, he gonna watch his back and look back on this at some point in his life and be like, I was a dick. Mm-hmm. Like what? Do you know what I mean? So like it's all of that like no one's all good and no one's all bad, and just that's it. That's all. Yeah. We don't have to crucify each other, you know? Mm-hmm. We don't have to do that. So
and have fun watching. Laugh at yourself. I mean,
I definitely will laugh at myself.
Have a margarita when you're watching.
Yeah.
A few.
Yeah.
No, thank you. That was amazing advice. And I'm going to replay this every night before bed once I start hearing.
It sounds like you're going to be you're a little nervous to watch back.
I am. No,
That's
I am
normal.
because I was just so emotional.
Yeah.
So emotional. And I wasn't like that. And I being vulnerable is hard for me, and it's just now out there for everyone to see. So
but it helps you grow. The growth.
And I will say, and we don't know if you are currently in a relationship or if you're single.
You could be engaged.
Yeah, but I will say that you will, whether you're in a relationship now and or your next relationships, because of your vulnerability that you gave to yourself, it wasn't that you gave it to the show, it wasn't that you gave it to a person, you did that for yourself. Every relationship is going to flourish even better now.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like it's a given, and it happens to literally everyone. Look at Tia pregnant, but Tia said, oh, okay, I'm going to go to the beach, be vulnerable, get married, and have a baby in 1 year.
I hope that happens to me.
It could. Living proof. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Genevieve, for coming and talking with us and teasing all these things.
Thank you for having me and for the advice. Like, I really appreciate that.
Was a great, I love a girl chat. That was
me too. That was so good.
Little girl chat.
Yes, me too. Well, thank you. And we can't wait to see you next week, Tuesday, 8 p.m.
We cannot wait.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
All righty.
Thank you.
Well, I don't know, Tia. I am excited, and I really do. I mean, like I said, the best part about Paradise is seeing love happen. Y'all know I'm a lover. So I'm excited to watch, but I'm also like dreading the drama. Unexpected, she said. Someone comes Paradise. For an hour, she says.
I love watching Paradise. I know, and I kind of feel like it was Shanae after that unexpected talk, but she was in the promo several times. But was she in the same outfit? I'm going to have to go back and watch the teaser again and see who's in the same outfit in every shot. Yeah, that's a new one.
You know who else? The most exciting part about Paradise, I'm sorry, it's my guy Wells. I can't wait to see my guy Wells.
Oh my gosh. I know. I saw him do a group hug with some people and was like, it's all going to be all right, guys. I'm like, man, that guy's like a therapist.
Truly, honey. He took many of my tears. He would have a bucket full of them. He took many of my tears at that bar. I said, fill it up. Thanks, Wells. I remember.
Love Wells.
Yeah, so that was great. I'm so happy. And thank you to our listeners. You guys make sure to watch the premiere of Bachelor in Paradise next Tuesday, September 27th on ABC, or you can stream it on Hulu.
And as always, make sure to subscribe and submit all your burning questions for us. Check us out on social and comment, DM us. You know where to find us at ClickbaitBN on Instagram. From there, you can find all of our links.
And share your stories with us. We want to know what clickbait you guys are looking at this week. Clickbait is available on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you guys listen. You can listen ad-free by subscribing to Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts or the Wondery app. We will see you guys next week.
Bye.